probably so good.
So what are you making today, Trevor?
I am making cabbage roll casserole. So we're mixing rice with beef that's already been done up, and Andrew's going to talk a little bit more about that. Some peppers, some spices, and then obviously a cabbage to make it all in. And yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
Okay.
All right, so had to make rice, and the easy way to make rice is just in the microwave. You put your rice and your water in a measuring cup. I happen to have a nice big measuring cup here, and put it on for about 20 minutes, and we're good to go. It's got a little bit of water left in it, but not a lot, because I'm going to be using it in our mix that we have going on over here. The nice thing about this is if you have leftover rice, you don't have to make a whole big new thing of rice. If you have some leftovers, you can just use the leftovers, because that's sort of what this whole cabbage roll casserole is mixing some leftovers together to make a new meal. So if you have leftover ground beef, you can put some, and we've already had our onion chopping party, you can put all of that together and freeze little packages of meat. This one has the ground beef, it has carrots, it has onions, it has celery, all right in it, and then you can freeze it and it's good to go. So put it in the fridge the night before, it's ready to go in the morning, and it ends up kind of looking like this one here that we took out yesterday and have ready to go today. And then my recipe to make all of this is we're going to take this mix, which was already made, our rice, which I made today, or I could use leftovers, and we're going to fry all of this stuff up together, and we'll make ourselves a nice little center for our cabbage rolls.
Yum. So this is your meat mixture?
This is the meat mixture that was leftovers. So we're going to take our leftover meat and we're going to put it in our skillet, just medium heat. We don't want to burn anything. And
did you add any oil or anything first?
no, I didn't. We're just going straight in because it's pretty good amount of moisture in there as it is.
And everything's already cooked, right?
And everything's cooked. And we're going to add some more in just a second anyway. So we've got our meat. We've got our rice.
Did you measure the rice?
Beforehand, yeah.
Did you measure the rice?
Yes, when I cooked it.
Looks like a lot of rice. Oh, I have to remember to talk about tomatoes.
And we have some tomato soup that we can put in here, or that we're going to put
what are you making,
in
Trevor?
here. This is cabbage roll casserole.
Yeah. Lazy man's cabbage roll.
That's right.
And that
Lazy person.
soup can be a low sodium soup as well. So you're watching a little bit of the salt. You need a tablespoon of Worcestershire in there. You can just...
How do you say that again?
Worcestershire.
Worcester.
When my mother-in-law says it, she says whoopee sauce because she doesn't want to say it. Because people like you, Linda,
Worcester.
tell us we're saying it wrong.
Trevor, not to steal your spotlight, but my soup's boiling.
Let's see.
So I think that means I need to take it off, let it maybe cool just a bit, and then puree it.
Simmer for 20 minutes.
Oh. Bring to a boil. Okay, good thing we have Angie. I'll lower it and simmer it for 20 minutes. Oh, I just want it pureed and eat it.
Hold on tight.
So those tomatoes are whole.
Yep.
If you wanted to, I would buy them diced in the can so I don't have to chop them. That's because, you know, I'm in it for speed. So that recipe calls for 19 ounces of tomatoes. This can is 28 ounces of tomatoes. So we're guessing.
About there.
Yeah. And then if I wanted to take this extra tomatoes, lower sodium can of tomatoes, if I added some basil, some pepper, some garlic, I could make a sauce out of this to go on my pizza, on my pasta, whatever I want. If I'm not going to do that right away, I can freeze this and do it later.
Angie, could I bake this and freeze it?
Totally.
So like I could make this if like I was having Trevor over for dinner, I could make it, but we'd only maybe eat this much. Could I put it up and I could freeze it?
Yes. The only thing is this beef has already been frozen once, so you wouldn't be able to do that. You do that with the fresh beef, freeze it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Not that I'm having you over for
for
Oh,
dinner.
I know. I wasn't saying yes anyway.
To your house anyway.
All right, and we have to make sure that the oven is preheated, and fortunately I did that already. So we need it preheated to 350 degrees. So then we're just going to put it in the oven.
Oops, sorry.
So it's been an hour. So we're gonna pull our casserole out here. It's quite warm, and it looks quite tasty too.
The smell.
Get the bubbles.
Oh.
Can you get those
Oh,
bubbles?
the bubbles, look at the bubbles.
Cabbage on the bottom.
That's how you know it's good, right? The
Yep.
bubbles.
Yep.